think long term. WordPress has been on for 7 years. That's in an internet time. It's a long time, I think. And the reason that's been around so long and still growing is they've been the community has been thinking long term. One example is making it easy for everybody to help and share. I guess I mentioned it. Having things like a lot of systems, say mailing list, chat, blogs, translation engine, WordPress community, development community forums, and documentation, things like that. Making those setups available for user to participate is very important. So what this means is if you're doing business or if you're doing events, whatever, try to think of the ways what other people can help you without you actually putting too much effort by trying to do it by yourself. Because you can do it too, but it's not going to grow because in the end you only have 24 hours. If you have 2 people, 3 people, that's going to add more time and also collaboration. So if you, by making it easy for other people to participate, you can kind of gain from that. It's related to the first one too. So that's something they did to decide to put resource because they were thinking about long term. And also there's a WordPress Foundation. This was started in the beginning of this year. WordPressFoundation.org is their website. So what this is WordPress.org has been kind of independent, and WordPress is not owned by, say, Automatic or Modern. It's for everybody. But just because it was kind of ambiguous who actually owns it or who actually administer it, there were doubts about, they say it, but Automatic actually runs the server and have a lot of people involved, so maybe that's not true. So to avoid that confusion and also to make WordPress community stronger, WordPress Foundation was started. So what they're doing is to continue WordPress and keep WordPress going. That's their main goal, and they're gonna probably help with WordCamps or more WordPress development and maybe education, things like that. They're not doing anything huge yet, but it's something to look forward, and it's something to feel safe about WordPress that now they put so much effort in building this official organization, non-profit organization. So WordPress is going to be is here to stay, and you can be sure that the community is thinking long term. And number 4, and that is listen and be ready to be transformed. What I mean by this is WordPress is very unique in a way how it's been transformed from a blog tool to CMS tool. There are some people who still use WordPress as a blog software, but roughly I think half the people say, or more than half people say they use it as both CMS and blog. There are actually less people who say they only use it as blog software only. So the transformation is kind of something you don't see in other software, because when you see Drupal, it's been always, they were never considered as blog software, but WordPress over time kind of grew into something that people want and something people need. So that's the result of WordPress not trying to focus on word like CMS, but they just slowly added, say, custom post types, taxonomy, plugin hooks, things like that, kind of by responding to small changes, WordPress became what people needed. Another example, in WordPress 2.5, the admin user interface has changed from blue, dark blue, and white screen to something like light blue and orange. And there was a huge backlash about it. People didn't like it. It was because maybe it's a sudden change, or maybe because they didn't feel like it was reflecting their need. So after that, they actually, the development team went back and redid it, and now we have kind of similar one as what we use now, more gray and with sidebar and instead of top navigation. So that was another example. They decided to listen because it didn't matter what the development team thought it was going to be a good idea. If it was not going to work, they proved it by doing usability tests. So that's something the team learned and continue to make an effort to listen to what people want. So this is part of the usability test that was done after WordPress 2.0 admin UI change. They did what's called crazy hose development, which is another version of admin UI. And they tested on users to see how people react. And based on the study, next version of the UI was created. Another example is BuddyPress. So BuddyPress is social network plugin set. By adding BuddyPress to WordPress, it used to only work on WordPress MU, but now WordPress regular single install can support BuddyPress too. By adding this, you can create social network of your own, like Facebook. Say you have users, you can help them connect to each other, you can help them post their contents, and have forums and blogs, things like that. This was also a result of listening to people's need or people's what people wanted in their publishing system. So BuddyPress was developed by Andy Peatling, and he was actually creating this for a client, and he decided to open source it and keep developing it. And now it's also have their own site and their own development team, and making it possible for WordPress to become more versatile in a way. You can create a social networking site. So that's another example. Instead of, okay, it's something some guys doing and just, putting an effort to, a lot of effort to recreate, they listened, the people reacted so much to this software or this plugin set and decided to embrace it, decided to help the community by creating more infrastructure to be able to develop further. So this is another example. And the last lesson, so with freedom comes responsibility. So we talk about WordPress is free and GPL, and you can share and things like that. But everything is, like I've been saying, it's done by effort of the contributors. So you have to think about that all the time. Not because you're a good person or anything like that, but because that's very necessary for WordPress to grow so far. And if you think about that, if we want to put any effort, say, make a plugin, make themes, make custom site for your client or your own blog, you want it to continue, and you want it to be better software in the future, so you can stick around and you can work with it for a long time instead of switching because you get frustrated, you don't like how it's doing. To prevent that, you can participate in it, you can help WordPress, and that's the best way to do it.